Hey, it's VSOP and you're watching the first episode of VSOP Featuring, a series where I chat to people doing bits and chasing their dreams. In this episode, I sit down with transnational music collective VSOP, with over 7,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, featured in official playlist 30, and with their top single Venus having over 40,000 plays. I want to find out where it all began, how they feel now, and where it's going.
In the dark, I see you walking in.
I said, oh my gosh, I made the close friends list. I said, there are over 400 people in this. It wasn't made to include, it was made to exclude. Nonetheless, yes, you made the close friends list.
This whole series is VSOP Featuring, and it's just going to be me featuring a range of different creatives, people doing basically, because I think it's cool that people do. And I'm a narcissist, so I'm trying to push the lens to other people every now and again. Is it VSOP or VSOP? Do you have a preference? No. You guys seem very just go with the flow. Even before when I was asking if you were a collective label or group, you were just well, whatever we want to be. Is that your general vibe?
I'm good. It's freedom, I guess. You don't want to be constrained most times, by what people want you to think a collective is or what, the label is called VSOP and that's our movement, What it can be, it will be.
Yeah.
Whatever we can make it.
Where did it all start? The can be or will be?
Well, honestly, making hip hop in Nigeria is not easy.
Ooh.
So, it's you have to just decide that you're going to be different. And if you put your difference in a box, the box will break. The box is break. The box will tear open.
Yeah, I think you can say that.
When did this box start though? If you could put a date on it, when would you say?
That's you making the box.
2014, 2013.
Mayday Kai, you're the kid Paris.
No, mine's just Paris. Pro Paris.
I think you still need to work on your tagline, by the way.
The tag's coming.
Your ETI.
Educating the ignorant.
Say that again.
Educating the ignorant.
Oh shit! So you across the Kai's your name? Okay. That's definitely not one. When you were younger, because obviously you said you were 2014, did you have any embarrassing tag names you used to go by?
You haven't forgotten Looked in the Wind.
So,
wait, what was the name?
He said, it's gone in the wind.
It's gone
he's
and lost
forgotten.
in the wind.
Oh.
But I know he remembers. I was just bringing up anyway.
I don't know anything.
So,
Please do.
before it was VSOP,
Oh, okay. That.
it was YNA. It was a jerking group. At that time, jerking was
The big new boys.
shit, and we decided to make our own jerking
Yellow
group.
skinny jeans.
So it was YNA Young Nerds Association, but young nerds with a Z. And I think my stage name was Ernie. This guy's name was J&J. His name was Ice Tray. I don't even know, we couldn't find the name.
That was Ice Tray.
So we were just oh yeah, okay, Ice Tray.
You said this was a wrong number. Why are you still calling? Bro, you just called me 10 minutes ago.
Bro, and
you said
an interview. I don't
Godiva. For why?
Young nerds? Oh no.
You see, the thing is, I was a proud
Young
man.
Money.
So yeah,
ahead of the time.
it was just,
Ernie, J&J, and
That's not true.
Ice Tray.
That's just
bro. In fact,
the page is still up on Facebook.
yes.
It might have been JJ, and that one I know is also not true, but that is more.
It wasn't
true.
even just J&J. It was J and the and symbol sign and J.
The thing is, everyone had a J in it. This guy was
Oh
EJ.
yeah.
Musi was MJ. Ice Tray.
It was the J clan.
It's not my Paris, don't worry. Don't worry.
No, I'll live outside the young nerds.
You said you guys went to school together,
Yeah.
and Paris, I'm guessing you joined a lot later.
Last year.
So did you feel that Paris was a natural fit to the collective? Did it just make sense, or did it take time to
I mean,
you're bopping.
Facts.
That's
Because
what it's
straight away from the beats he sent me,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
It was kind of natural because Damini was just oh, I have a friend that makes music, and I just started making beats around then. So it's just
His friend doesn't make music. You feel?
That's facts. But yeah, so I just sent Jamily drew some stuff and he sent it to Etienne, and then from there we just like we can make some work.
Bro.
So it's you three, it's Rocky, who couldn't be here today, Ali had in LA.
And then Jordan.
You feeling brand new?
Yeah. He has this single out called Brand New. He's rapper from New York.
Have you met all these people? Do you just interact?
Alihan and I have met. Jordan and I have never met. We have another partner on the label who's called Ra. I've never met him.
If you had a Freaky Friday experience with anyone in the group, so like you could basically swap places musically, in terms of like getting girls, anything, who would it be?
You see, I love myself.
You feel like I don't know what to do.
You know, like
I get that, trust me, I get that, I do
So,
a lot, but
I would not change.
you have to pick someone.
At this current moment, I'd switch with Alihan because he's
With who?
in
LA.
LA.
That's
At this current moment, I'd switch with Alihan.
It was like that. Then I'm switching with fucking Richter.
Nah,
Like that. Richter.
Nah, guys. Paris, who would you swap places with?
Jordan. Because he's out
He's
here.
out there.
Oh my gosh, guys are so
You wouldn't
boring.
want to go to LA.
I don't have to swap places with someone to go to LA. I could literally like book a flight.
To be fair,
Don't reflex.
Okay.
it took me a while to process. Okay. We're flexing out here.
What are like the key things you use to like keep it cohesive and to make sure everyone's still like, you know, has the same vision despite being so spread out across the globe?
The vision is success. The vision is success.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that vision, like that's an issue. Period. Like that's an issue from the onset. So like.
I feel like everyone is like a part. So like if you play your part.
I want to know how you measure success like individually.
The fact is, like every song we make, it's like, man, will the boys fuck with this though? That's the 100% fact. If like we're making music just so that our boys can have music that will say, okay, this is our music. Like we made this music for you guys. Like my whole EP was like basically issues that we've either talked about, thought about, or directly wanted to like, you know, implement.
I think a key component for success, like I find personally, is like keeping authentic, but also like progressing in your own journey with whatever you're doing. So like with my beats, let's say, like I want to make sure that I'm making what I feel resonates with me and not trying to jump on any different wave, but also make sure that like I'm making better shit like as much as I can.
I feel like success would be a very like hard thing to define, but like I'll try. I just think like the music that we make, like each song, each new song, like everyone's like, oh, what's your best song? What's your best song? It's the next song.
Yeah.
You get me? And so like songs, sometimes you put them out, they'll be gold. People just can't see it and they can't recognize it. Not everyone knows what gold looks like. It's just like, can it be pushed in the right audience? What are we saying? The vibe? What type of instrumentals? Where does the beat jump? What is that familiar to what group of people? And you feel and you push it in that direction. It's exactly what we did with Venus.
Yeah.
And that was a success. I wouldn't say all these other ones that don't have the views of Venus would be failures. It's
Yeah.
just not success. They haven't succeeded yet.
Okay.
You feel?
Mostly because like most of the songs that we've released on our page, apart from Venus, they were not even recorded anywhere close to this time.
Exactly.
Fuckboy 2016, Lucky 2015, Shakara 2015 as well. What's the last song on there? Rio. No, I don't like Rio.
But many people
I
like
just
that
don't
song.
like that song.
I find that you create your like, yeah, this is it, and it'll just be some random song that everyone loves. So I think
that even happened with Venus.
That's
Yeah.
I wasn't even
Right.
supposed to play these guys
The
beats,
beat.
but we were just
Yeah.
in the studio and I was like, damn, I'm running out of beats, let me just play the song. I don't even like it that much.
We were about to leave. That was the worst.
Yeah.
We were about to leave the video. We were like, okay.
It turns out being like the most successful song that we've had together.
Just what you said before, Etienne, about people playing their part. Have you ever been in situations where you find that someone's not playing their part, or someone's not pulling as much weight as you think they should?
That's a very aggressive question.
She didn't at anyone. She just said, "Have you been in that situation?"
It's a very
I mean-
obviously aggressive question.
A lot of people like let you down when it comes to like your boys, business boys. Even if you're doing business with your boys, business
Yeah.
boys. So if we're doing something, you tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it, then we have an issue not because we're boys. We have an issue because this is business and you're fucking with the business. So if you're not pulling your weight, most times the way our label is set up is gonna affect you the most. If you're not pulling your own weight, because we're a group, yeah, but we're like you said, we're like the kind of collective group that has their own vision for
Everyone
what they
has autonomy.
think. You know, exactly. Like I probably wouldn't have been in this group if it wasn't like that. And when Paris came, it was perfect because he had his own thing that he wanted to do, but he was alone at that time. We were also alone. So it was like, yo, you're alone.
It made sense.
We're alone.
Yeah.
Superpower.
Who would you say your biggest influences are, either musically or somewhere you want to get to in the industry or in life? Start with you. He's pointing his finger.
Any single time when I'm making music, I play this music and I'm like, oh, sounds like this, sounds like this, sounds like this, and when you hear it from 3-4 people, like you can't really deny it. You get what I'm saying? So it's always just like a hodgepodge of like what you know, what you don't know, what like other people were just playing in the background, people are saying.
So who would you say that people tend to say, oh,
I'm
you
not
sound
gonna name those people. That would just bias any opinion forward. No.
I don't know. Okay, so let's just go with like one song. So is it PSIFWI? Who would you say was your you were influenced by on that song? So you're not in a box.
If I'm going to be honest, I can't think of any influence for that song.
I think I'm just influenced by shit I listened to when I was growing up. When I think back to what I was listening to in like 13 to like 16, like a lot of MF Doom, and then like also just like shit my parents used to play in the house, so like a lot of reggae, some Afro beats, like lovers rock, like soul music. And I feel like that plus all the stuff I listen to now has kind of just combined together.
Yeah.
And so I always feel like there's elements of soul in my music now that I'm making, and I feel that's like one of the key components to like the way that I make music. And
Vintage soul.
Yeah, like
On point.
something like that. Just I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. I can't be like, yeah, this part of the beat is like that. But it's like I can feel it within me when I'm making stuff.
Man, that's a tough one.
Isn't it though?
In life, I feel like everyone has to be influenced by Jay-Z. Like, he's not like my influence for music though. Like music, yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I influence myself regularly, so I think I'm my greatest influence. Not even in like a pompous type of way, but like you know, like when I don't feel like anyone makes music the way I do. I don't feel like anyone sounds like Jason or like Rocky. Like if I'm listening to something that we did before, even if we've not released it, I'm like, oh, I like the way I did this. I might bring it back. That's what I just mean. Like
I feel like to some extent, as an artist, you have to have an element of cockiness.
I feel like mine is too much sometimes, so I have to let people know, like, yo, I'm just telling you, like, there's cockiness and self-confidence.
Yeah.
I'm very self-confident in myself. Like, I believe I can do anything. So people would normally flip that and say, oh, this guy's really cocky.
Yeah.
But it's just no. I personally believe that if I want to do something, like, no matter what you say or do, if I've decided I'm doing it, I will do it. So
especially if someone else has done that before.
Exactly.
One other person has done that before.
That means it can be done, which means there's no way
I can do it.
It seems like just even in this interview, you guys all have the same view of like success is attainable for sure. When it is, that's a different question. But like,
the hardest.
it's definitely a goal. Times where, say, you've put out a song, you've really thought this is it. It's done like 2 plays on SoundCloud, like no reposts. What do you do to like get yourself back up?
Damn. That has happened twice. So the first time was when we released the follow-up for the first song we ever released was Fuckboy. Then the follow-up was Chakra, and like maybe half the people who listen to Fuckboy listen to Chakra, and they probably listened once. And that hurt me. So it was a while before I was like, bro, that was not even the worst part. It was the fact that happened, then my granny died like a month or 2 months after. So it was like, nah, okay, like, fuck music, like, bring weed, like, there's no need for, like, all this. But then, after a while, you realize how much you actually like doing what you were doing in the first place. So it no longer becomes about who's listening or whether they want to listen. It's like, put it out.
Yeah.
Because this is your music, this is how you want to be represented, put it out. The second time was with the EP I just released. Not that it didn't do well, but it didn't do what I thought it would do. Because I had never released an EP before. So it was just a matter of, man, fuck it, I'm gonna release more music. You don't want to hear, I'll make you hear. Like, you hear.
Yeah, if I don't get the reception I want on like a song that I put out or something, I think most time I think about it as like, do I fuck with it personally? Do I feel like I grew? Because like, if I'm not growing, then I can be like, okay, then that's what I need to work on. But as long as I'm growing, then I know that people will accept it eventually. Because like, you can only care about people's reactions to what you do only if like you feel like you're fully invested in your product, and you're fully invested in it when you're putting like your heart into it and your all.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't really see it as a matter of picking myself back up, because like, if I put a song, the song is good. There's no argument about that. Like, we're talking. You asked me this question. I'm talking from my head. You feel like if they didn't feel it, maybe they didn't listen to it at the right time. Watching something, this whatever reason you feel. Maybe it's not even your genre, whatever you feel. But just for the fact that one person likes that song, and that even if that one person is you are not the only person that is you. You feel all this like unique. No, there's a whole niche of you that you have not met. You feel there's 7 million plus people in the world. That number is huge. You can't even grasp it. And you made it, and I've developed my taste to a point where I know it. Like, even if there's a problem with it, it's not like studio quality. It's just like, I don't really want that each time. I want that nitty gritty. Just like, yeah, I made this like this, like this, like this. So I hear that noise in the background. You're meant to. You're meant to. It's purposeful.
So have you never felt maybe I should have done this actually? Maybe I thought it was good at the time, but it's actually not.
I don't blame myself. You feel? When a song doesn't do good, I don't blame myself. I don't blame anybody else part of the process of putting it out. It's not your fault. Like, you didn't feel the weight. When your friend plays it, just like, oh my days. Because I've seen it happen in person.
Yeah.
When I was in the States, I played people's songs, you feel, that have been out. You're like, oh, this and that, you feel. Once Venus got its momentum, people were like, oh, like, they fucking with the group, not the music.
Because it got its momentum.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's getting its momentum, this and that. Oh, what's VSOP? What's VSOP saying? Who is VSOP? Oh, Lucky is this. Oh, Shakira is this, that. Fuck whatever you do, this, that. Oh, viewers is this, then? When? Where? Niggas that you know for how many years haven't even listened to your song. You feel it's not your fault. You feel just like you go mad blaming yourself.
Yeah, of course.
That's very true, because most times, man, people that you think are like your closest guys.
Yeah.
Like, they'll lie to you
feel?
and tell you, oh, yeah, this song, blah, blah, da, 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 da. You play the song in their presence. And then it's almost like, okay, if I don't tell you that this is my song and I'm just playing music, bro, whose song is this? Blah, blah, blah. You said you heard this song.
You heard the song.
You said you like this song.
Wow.
And now that you actually like it, fuck you. You know what I mean?
It's like, it's kind of annoying. It's like, I told you.
Bro, 40K plays, and I can promise you, not even like up to 2K. Not even like up to like 1.5 is people we know.
So, so it's obvious because I feel like it's come up a lot in this like interview. Even listening to your EP, listening to all your songs, like the beats in your songs are like really heavy. Not heavy, but they're like intelligent. They're not basic in any way, shape or form. And so I wanted to ask if you place more emphasis on your beats and your production than your lyrics. Because at the same time, when I listen to like say Alone or even what was the one of yours, Don't Ring the Bell or something like that. Saved by the Bell. The lyrics are also deep. So I just wanted to ask, like, what do you feel like you place more emphasis on, or do you not place more emphasis on either? Does it just happen to be that way?
Though you're all at each one.
Hey, I was about to say.
Though you're all at each one. You don't go like one hit KO. Like.
And I feel that's why these guys are especially good, because they just be recording like all the time. And just when you feel it, like this is something, then we push that one again. But that's not possible unless you're always kind of working.
You know how many versions of like in the dark area, you know how many versions there are, how many recordings there are, and then after each recording, each say there's 7, from each one of those 7, how many mixes there are for those? They're like, you feel?
And then layers.
Yeah, exactly.
Layers that might not get used.
Exactly.
Your guys' music has a very like spacey vibe, like a little bit like, I don't know if the word is like ethereal, because I don't actually know how to say that word or what it means, but I think that's one thing that seems quite constant.
Too wavy. You have to hear us in wave. You're like,
I can't.
I'm sorry. Just like truth of the matter.
No, okay, I'm trying to figure out the best way to, because I know what you mean. You know that kind of like dreamy vibe.
Yeah, it is.
We always do that shit. I think it comes down to that influence shit again.
And even like Rocky's voice sometimes, it's like he's like mid-sleep.
Facts.
Yeah, he's like perfected that.
He's almost a falsetto.
You feel?
But it's not.
It's not a falsetto.
It's like
its own, you feel?
And it's like, bruh.
I think this is what we're probably attracted to, just generally in our own respective rights.
What are the most important things to you when you're creating music? Is it like artistic value? Is it what you're experimenting with? Is it shareability, replay value?
I think shareability and replay value are just like implicit, like you cannot remove those.
Yes, right. That's just a business.
Those are just, like if you think of nothing else, you think of that.
That's what at its core, he's right. Like that's like fundamentally, if you're taking music as a profession, what you need. But as a creative,
I don't know, I guess uniqueness as well. That's anything I create, I'd be like, what element of this have people never heard or felt before? And even if I don't attain that, that's what I at least try to aim for.
you have to like feel that thing in your soul. Like if you've gotten someone, even if it's just one person, to say, man, this song touched me in my soul, job done. Job done. Like they understood.
When people are listening to the music we make, if I'm there, I stare. I like physiological reaction. You feel goosebumps, widening of iris. You feel like drops in the face.
But you might stop them from reacting like that.
They just feel
they may not know. You feel I have kind of small eyes. They may not know. You feel.
Put your shades on.
Put the shades on.
And to what extent are your songs based on real experiences? So like
Random.
What was the example you were
Yes, I was gonna say. Do you have a song called Don't Call That Girl? Yeah. Was that about like a specific girl?
No. At that time, Paris sent me the beat, and I was like, man, what am I feeling on this beat? And I was just like, man, there's a girl that just doesn't want to be bothered right now in the club. Let me help her out. So that's, it's just things like that.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear the beat, you're like, oh, what does this beat make me feel? Like,
just the emotion.
Exactly.
Because I think it's so funny when, like, say, like Drake and Rihanna, and Drake will have a song, and then we as listeners are like, oh man, like, wow, that shot at Rihanna, realistically.
Realistically,
it wasn't
was he talking?
Rihanna.
Bruh, especially, man, with Fuckboy, people kept asking me, who's this about? Oh, so you have beef. No. Literally, we're just drawing from, like you said, drawing from different, like, things that would just boil down.
Have you ever had a personal situation, say like a breakup or whatever, you're like, man, where's my pen? Like, where's my paper? I need to like write a little shit down.
Not in the moment that it happens, but sometimes when you're writing and you write something, you're like, oh, where did that come from? And you remember, oh shit, that girl hurt me. That girl hurt me bad.
You guys are all university students. I'll keep the locations secrets. You guys want to leave. But would you say that's played a role in your music? Would you ever look back and think, you know what, like, I know he didn't need to go to university?
Uni fucked me. Uni didn't fuck me, but if it was up to me, I'd rather I didn't go. Like, especially since it's a slap in the face for you to like enter uni, get a degree in something, then leave uni to do the exact same thing you knew you were gonna do when you went into uni. It's just a bit, but I see the benefits now that I'm here.
I feel uni's been good in terms of like the people I've met, and like, and I can't lie, the people I've met have influenced my music, whether I like it or not.
True.
I don't know in terms of the actual like institution and the music, like I don't really know, but in terms of like people I've met and like the things I've done, places I've been as a result, then uni was a really good thing.
And I don't look back and wish I'd never gone. No, I don't. Because past like uni, past the actual classes and lectures, all the learning environment around you and like the environment around you is just one that breeds learning. Even just like being in a university town.
That's the thing. I don't regret.
University is like.
I don't regret going, but it's one of those things where I would have gone at a different time.
Yeah.
Like let's not get too deep.
That's like kind of what's made this hard. You feel?
That is exactly what makes this
like,
shit hard. 90% of the reason why we're not where I think we should be right now is because half the time I have to think about, okay, well, I have this deadline, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. So it was always in my mind that, okay, until uni is like out of my mind, then I won't put full blast into this thing. I will give it the attention that it needs right now, but but by God's grace, at the end of
the tunnel.
Yeah.
So of you not like being where you want to be, I was just wondering if you've given yourself a timeline in the sense that if I'm not here in the next 5 years, then like let me just get a 9 to 5, or let me just focus on my family.
No, that doesn't exist.
I know who Titty Boy is. Yeah, Titty Boy was 2 Chainz. He rebranded once Titty Boy didn't work out to what he liked and was 2 Chainz. Now what happens?
Yeah.
Now pretty girls like trap music. Like
or die trying.
It depends on your mindset. Like the way that I see it is that if I want it and I really believe in it, then it's obtainable. Like we said it before, like one of you guys said it before, like if you can see it, then you can achieve it. I don't mean that in a corny like manifestation type way.
That's actually a quote from a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff, so congrats. In terms of say money, for example, as a 21-year-old, not having like money from this is not really that deep, you know, you're still got like bank of mum and dad. Don't want to make assumptions, but like
let's not talk about our financial situation.
This guy
it's honestly no, we're incorporated. We're not even at liberty to discuss such.
No, I don't want to talk about your personal financial situations, don't worry, but I would say like in say 10 years.
There are ways to make money on the side, you know.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So
we hustle.
If there's a way that we can
we hustle.
You gotta be smart at anything you do. And I feel like some creatives love to create this vibe that you have to, I guess, completely leave everything on the side and just like day and night eat like 24/7, eat, sleep, dream, everything. But realistically in this world, equipment, blah blah, like you've got to invest in yourself, in your craft, and to have
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and to have like you can't invest with like air. So I think creating a vibe of like, oh yeah, like that's it, I'm gonna be homeless if I'm creating music, blah blah, it's just not really healthy. And
it's not healthy.
Funds are limited.
It's not healthy, and you know at the time you're doing it, it's not that you don't recognize that it's not healthy. It's just there's something that you can see, and then the people around you that are immediately around you can see it, but other people are not seeing it. If that's all you have to do to make them see it, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think though as well, creatives should treat their pursuit like as a business in some sense. So be planning, like be thinking strategically, as well as the creative like passion to just I have the need to create this. Let me create it. They have to be like very analytical.
If not,
and profit,
they're gonna take everything from you. You know, like no one cares.
I tried to do a low-key like Twitter search because I was gonna get up your old tweets and like ask you to guess who said it, but you guys are pretty clean. No one's gonna bring up your old tweets 10 years later.
This is something I did in anticipation.
You feel? I've already deleted it.
It was like, nah, no one was gonna catch it. And like my old Twitter, bro, my old Twitter was like really nice, like bare like coverage, all that kind of shit. But then my ex, when we broke up, she had my password. She started following like devil worshippers.
What?
Like my shit.
That's fucked up.
Straight deleting of the account. I didn't even waste time. I spent like 2-3 years on Twitter because of that shit. But now I had to start like this whole new account.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's calm. No one will have the third.
That is interesting. That's an interesting like revenge tactic. That is quite
It was like,
wired.
I was like, nah.
In terms of creating your image as an artist, how like intentional are you with like what you put out there in terms of like creating your image as an artist? And that is my final question.
Very, because I personally believe if you keep spreading all this shit that you don't believe in to be cool, you know,
They'll find you out.
They'll find you. They'll find you. Which is why if it doesn't directly resonate to me, I won't post it.
I just be posting stuff that I feel. Mine is like when I'm trying to promote stuff or like push a song or push someone else's stuff. I just be posting stuff that I like.
So you're not like, you're basically not that intentional, whereas you guys would say you are very.
I think about it, but because I just think about what I like, if that makes sense. Which is intentional. Like I don't know how you.
Intentional only because I try to be genuine with.
Like it's my page, I'm gonna post my shit.
But then at the same time, like being, I guess if you're being genuine, they don't really think you're about being genuine.
Or genuinely attract people to want to listen or be associated with my vibe. You know, like if I'm posting a picture, it's like, okay, why did I actually take the time and like this picture? What like was about it? Okay, then I'll post it in this sequence because
exactly.
I want people to understand where my mind is at right now, or that kind of thing. So, yeah, very true to what I believe is cool, not what is considered cool. Because I know that there will be people that think what I think is cool too. So.
Oh, this has been fun. Really interesting talking to you guys. You what?
Venus out already. Music videos coming soon. Everything coming.